guys, welcome to Light Screening, the channel for movie lovers more than movie savvies, and I'm going to talk to you today about a Portuguese movie. So, I'm Portuguese, I watch Portuguese cinema, and I have to do my thing and also do my little part to promote it. So, I went to see Golpe de Sol in the international title is called Sunburn. I gotta be honest with you, I don't know if it has an international distribution, but I hope it does because this is one of the few directors that I'm actually he's actually my friend in Facebook. I befriended him after a movie I saw, and now I've seen many more. And I it's one of my favorite Portuguese directors. So up front, I'm telling you this, not because we're friends and intimate at all. He's kind enough to answer his audience. Period. That's it. I don't stalk him. We don't talk. Sometimes I just comment, and he's kind enough to answer or to like or whatever. So I owe him nothing at all. So I befriended him because I admire his work, and this is another movie that is right there in his style, and I'm going to tell you what his style for me is and what I find in his work that I identify with. So anyway, it's called Golpe de Sol, Sunburnt. It's about four friends that are spending some holidays, some days in the summer house of one of them, and they receive this phone call from another friend who's been gone for 10 years. And then we witness what that visit, saying that he's coming to visit, and then we witness what that visit means to each of those characters. So, Vicente Alves, he did Flor Bela, Alberto, Quero-te Tanto, a few more movies. This cast is basically 5 people, 4 main characters, and then another character. That's it. That's it. These actors are mainly doing, they did mainly TV, they did some movies, but mainly TV. So it's, I gotta be honest, it's a risk because, and let me tell you what I think Vicente Alves style is. He writes and directs his movies. So he writes about feelings. He writes about intimate feelings, if you will, mostly about love or longing, those really deep, really in-depth feelings that always, or at least the movies I've watched, dramas. I didn't see Quero-te Tanto, which is a comedy. Well, the ones I watched, they have a slow-paced rhythm, and they have usually a voiceover, beautiful text in the voiceover, sort of nostalgic style and kind of poetic style. The rhythm and the whole feel of it's kind of nostalgic, kind of a bit of poetry there, a very good text, especially in the voiceover. And then you witness his characters feeling in front of you. I think this is the most accurate I can be. He makes you witness his vulnerability, their vulnerability. So that is not easy to do. It takes a lot of subtlety, in the writing and in the acting. And then let's talk about this movie specifically. And let me say this. I went to see it with a friend, and when we came out of the movie theater, by the way, I watched it at my town's movie festival, film festival called Caminhos do Cinema Portuguese. It's about Portuguese cinema exclusively. I'm a good client of theirs, done the workshops and the whole thing. I'm always there once a year. You put that in your schedule and you're there. So I had witnessed a lot of good conversations with a lot of directors. Vicente Alves wasn't there so that people could talk about this movie. But anyway, I went with a friend, and when we came out the movie theater, we had just completely opposite feelings about them, about it. Completely opposite. I mean, it could have been more it couldn't have been more different. So I'm going to tell you what she told me, and it's pretty harsh, let me say. And I'm going to tell you what I agree and what I don't agree with her in. So she said that it was always the same set. It's a summer house, a swimming pool. She got tired of seeing bodies, almost naked bodies. True. I mean, they are at the swimming pool, so you see a lot of bodies. She says it feels like the characters are those rich kids, now grown up, but were always those rich kids who they all slept with everybody, they all slept with each other, they're all very modern and very cool, and then they feel a little bit and it breaks them. I have no patience for that. This is as blunt as. Anyway, she said that the acting wasn't there, especially from Oceana Basílio. We'll get into that. She said that the rhythm was boring. She said that the sound was badly dubbed. And so she didn't like it at all. She didn't see any evolution in the character. She didn't understand what the hell that was about. So this is what she said. And let me tell you what I agree with. Yes, it's one set. Yes, there's a lot of bodies. I mean, especially from Oceana Basílio. She's a beautiful, beautiful girl. But I really got tired of watching her body, especially her. The rest were men. So I don't know if I'm biased about it. So, yes, I do understand the take that she has on those characters. Yeah, everybody slept with everybody. This is a spoiler. I'm sorry. What the fuck? Yeah, okay. I can give her that. The acting. Well, it's a risk when you take actors from TV, but I mean, there aren't that many actors that have such a vast experience in cinema. So most actors do TV and cinema. The marketplace here is pretty short, so they all come from TV. Most of them, even if they did a lot of movies, they come from TV. These did more TV than movies. It's a risk to shoot a movie about feelings and about intimacy. They really have to bring it. And yes, I mean, Oceana Basílio is such a sweet girl. She's a sweet girl. I've actually been on an extra in a show that she was doing, a TV show that she was doing. She was one of the two people that came to say hi. So I was very well impressed by her. She's a nice girl. I didn't change. I'm not going to talk about the rest of her career, but she did not bring it to this one. Okay, she did not. So it wasn't about editing. It wasn't about protecting her. She wasn't up to par with this one. Not with the writing. Not probably it's a matter of security of confidence, but she just didn't bring it. The best actor here, and the other guys were okay, but the best one, which was beautiful to watch, and I have to be honest, I didn't even pay attention to this guy that much ever. He's a gorgeous guy, by the way. Everybody thinks so. I never paid attention to him, to be honest, that much attention, but Ricardo Pereira, I mean, he was amazing in this one, I gotta say. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, yes, but the composition of that character, I mean, even when he wasn't doing anything, even when he was just stopping there, just laying there, just being there, just not opening his mouth, even the gestures were so great. I mean, I was watching him. He was doing this gay character, very sober gay character, very cynical, very hurt by life, very unavailable to be bubbly, so beautifully structured. I mean, kudos to Ricardo Pereira. That was a beautiful work. This guy has a big career. He's a very big star here. He's a star as well in Brazil. He actually did Brazilian soap operas, which is amazing for any actor. So I knew that he wouldn't be bad, but he was just superb. Honestly, kudos to Ricardo Pereira. Beautiful work. I'm very impressed by him, honestly. The badly dubbed thing didn't bother me, quite frankly. I'm used to worse. I didn't even notice it if she hadn't mentioned it, so I'm sorry. It didn't interfere with my experience, so the rhythm and the voiceover and the slow-paced rhythm, the nostalgia, the poetry in it, I have it. It speaks to me. I think it's beautiful. So, and like any other Vicente Alves movie, at least the ones I've already seen, it moved me. And it moved me, and I got the catharsis, I got the healing, and I got the change, and I identify with some of those things, because you go so to the intimacy of somebody that we are all human. I mean, regardless if they are rich little kids and they are bubbly and they are superficial or whatever. I mean, when you love, you love. You can't judge, you can't compare, you can't anything. When you get hurt, you get hurt. So to portray that in the subtlety and the elegance and the poetry that he knows how to do, that Vicente Alves knows how to do this, it honestly moves me. So I can't say it was the best movie that he's done, but I still enjoyed it. I still think it's poetry. I still think I got it. I totally got it. I think with a better cast it would have been one of those cult movies even. I don't know. I don't know. I enjoyed it, and I totally recommend it. So if you can, just catch Sunburn, Golpe de Sol. I think it's worth it. So the blast from the past. I mean, I don't even know what to say here. A blast from the past. I'm going to recommend another movie. It's hard to. I thought about saying recommending a Portuguese movie, but let's talk about another movie that is about relationships. A classical American classical, not in the movie history sense, but an oldie unforgettable movie, a 1989 movie called When Harry Met Sally. So, it's by Rob Reiner. It's got Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan, and anyone who's ever seen it cannot forget it. If not the whole story, and at least I remember several scenes, but I mean, there's one scene nobody forgets. It doesn't matter what generation you're in. If you watch this movie, there's one scene that you will never forget. Kudos to Meg Ryan. Go find out which one it is. But let me tell you something. It's a lesson for life, people. At least for men. So, for men or any woman's companion. Go to the movies, have fun, watch When Harry Met Sally, and if you can, just take a look at Portuguese cinema, because it's becoming something to not something that you shouldn't even think of ignoring, because there are some great directors out there. Vicente Alves is one of them. Let me just say this, and this is just, I'm going to finish with this. Regardless of the flaws in his movies, I do believe that maybe he's a better writer than a director. I'll give that, maybe. But even if with the flaws in his movies, if you can identify any of them, and if you feel like they have them, what he intends to do is really impressive, really moving, and I admire that. And I say that he's a better writer than a director, because it's more, a script is as much as what you say as what you don't say, and he's very good at what he needs to say and what he needs not to say, and that is poetry, and that is beautiful. And quite frankly, that's why I befriend him in Facebook, because I thought that it was something to learn from. So kudos to Vicente Alves, and go to the movies, people.